part of coaching, not games like you had today where you
Yeah, today was easy. I was enjoying myself.
What has been the hardest part of this last year, recouping from 0-6 to now?
You know, it really hasn't been anything hard because inside of our locker room, we believed. You know, I guess you guys may look at it as it's hard. We had fun. I didn't change my attitude or my demeanor. We had fun as a team. We worked together. We had fun. You know, if I got mad at them, I said, you know, I'll recover tomorrow and be laughing and joking. Well, they know. You know, I'm the same guy. But trust me, it was not hard. And these guys were motivated, and they got DNA. Now the hard part comes, right? You're a champion. Now they think they all that. No, we're gonna go back to ground zero. You know, I can't wait to January 16th when we start the second semester, and then we start over. That's the process, and we're gonna stay committed to our process to be great.
What was working for you guys defensively? I know earlier in the week, Lance talked about how you guys were going to try and play more downfield up front. Was that what played into helping you guys, or was it something else on top of that?
No, we really wanted to get our linebackers downhill, like, you know, to the outside looking in. And like we played the same defense as the last time, but we changed it up, and we had them confused, and we had them off schedule, and then we had the ability to run the football. Somebody told me we ran the ball 60 times. I said, that is lovely. That's the thing of beauty. So we've been diverse, right? Rocky threw for 500. The last time we lost, we ran it for 60 and we won. Now we got to find the balance to continue to grow as an offense. But you know, guys made heck of a plays down the stretch.
CJ, speaking of, Eddie Cariffi of Daily Chronicle. CJ, speaking of heck of plays, take me through the interception pick six there.
All week we were just sitting there waiting for the glance to come. I just feel like I saw a tip, went up and had to make a play. I feel like it was really a game-changing play for us, and we needed it.
You guys had only had, I think, one interception as a team this year going into the game. You ended up with two today. What was working? What did it feel like to come up with a performance like that in a game like this?
All week in practice, we just preach that got to make plays on the ball when it's in the air. So all week in practice, we got a lot of picks. I just feel like today's like the same as practice. We just came out there and made plays.
AJ Ruffin, College Sports National Podcast. This is Rocky. Being an upperclassman, can you talk a little bit about your role as a leader of getting these younger guys to buy into the NIU program and kind of get to this point in the season?
Yeah, so coming in, I think there's probably like 76 freshmen, is that right?
Yes.
On the team? We got 76 freshmen, so we're obviously a really young team. So coming in for me, it was a little bit easier to just step into that leadership role, because I think that some of our younger players were looking for somebody to step in and take control and show them the way of, you know, how to win a championship and how to be a successful program. So for me, it was just about being true to myself, motivating them, and also showing them how to do it with my actions.
Rocky, at what point did you start coming into the program? What was it that made you believe so much that, you know, Hammock would come to you and that sort of thing? What made you, in the first place, believe that this team was capable of this?
Yeah, well, first of all, I believe in myself. I believe in Coach Hammock. I believe in what he was talking to me about over the phone. And when I got there, you know, he was the same guy. So sometimes that doesn't always happen, but I got lucky, and you know, I got the same guy on the phone and in person. And then, you know, beyond that, it was just. Once we got that first win, it just kept rolling. You know, once you get that one, you just need that taste of victory, and then once you get that, you can just keep going from there.
Gabe Kohler at Black Sport Radio. Coach, last time you guys played Kent State, Dustin Crum threw for over 300 yards. He was kind of doing whatever he wanted. It really seemed like this time around, just 120 some yards and a couple of interceptions. How did you guys prepare for him differently this time around?
Well, I thought our defensive staff did a great job. All week in practice, they play with multiple balls. So that sounds crazy, but we play with 3 balls on defense because their whole game is RPO. They do a great job. So we would have one ball for the run, and then we had 2 balls on the perimeter to throw it deep. So everybody was engaged every play, and that's what you saw today. Everybody on that field, all 11 guys, were engaged every single play. And credit to our defensive staff, Derek Jackson. He he's a Duke grad. So, when he said it in my mind, and the first time we did it, you see 3 balls from the middle of the field. Then we spread them out so guys can understand it's a run, and then the ball to the receivers. But our kids, they stayed locked in. They was able to play the ball. That's why we had some picks today, because they, a lot of times you get in a lull. You run the ball, nobody else is doing anything else. But we kept them engaged all week, and they was able to make plays today.
Brandon Suarez, Huskies on tap. This one's for Jay. At the beginning of the season, you weren't the starting running back, but you eventually got asserted into the starting lineup. And Coach Hammock talks week in and week out about the next man up mentality. What does that mean to you? And then, obviously, what does it mean to become a MAC champion today?
Exactly what he said. I mean, you just do what you do, and then when your opportunity comes, you take the most of it. And then becoming a MAC championship obviously means the world. I mean, we set a goal at the beginning of the year to become a MAC championship, and then we got it today.
And then this one's for Coach Hammock. You talked a lot about, I guess you would say the last couple of weeks about buying the dip, proving the doubters wrong. But what would you say this championship means to you, and then specifically the future of the program?
Yeah, I think, personally, I had a moment of reflection out there in the field with my grandmother. My grandfather passed a few years back. He meant a lot to me in my development. He believed in me before anybody else did. And I told a story to the ESPN crew that the last time I saw him, I was at the hospital with him, and he was just smiling, and we spent 4 or 5 hours together, and I was trying to figure out why he was smiling. And so, right before I walked out, last time I ever saw him, right before I walked out, I said, Granddad, why are you smiling? He said, because you're going to be great. And that belief, he kept that belief in me from when I was a child to the day he died. And so that means a lot. As far as the championship is concerned, this is just the beginning for us. And we got to stay committed to our process. I'm sure Rocky didn't come here just to win one. We got one more year with him, and we got to go back and we got to start over and climb the mountain again.
Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Coach, just against the run, what was working for you guys defensively? Because Cooper had like 170 last time. I don't know if he hit 10 today. Just what was working there?
We played downhill. We had an extra guy in the box. We played a 3-3 stack. Obviously, when you play a team like this, you have to defend the whole field. And we was able to defend the glance windows, the slant windows, the hitch windows, and then add an extra guy to the box. The last time we played them, we played with a 5-man box, and we played a little bit deeper. But we learned our lesson the hard way, as we talked about. But they made the adjustments. The coaching staff made the corrections, and our kids played lights out today.
A couple more questions. One in the back.
Coach, Alex Alvarado, the 2011 newsletter. First year you went 5-7, last year 0-6. It would have been a convenient, easy time for you to probably make some changes with the coaching roster, but instead you've only made less than a handful. What have you learned about yourself as a coach leading, your first FBS program, and about your coaching staff? Yeah,
I've had some great mentors in this profession. One of them has been Coach Alvarez. He wrote a book that said, "Don't flinch," right? So, outside noise doesn't affect me. It never has and never will. I'm committed to my process. I believe in what I see, and I'm not going to overreact on different things. If it's something that's a problem, we have to get it corrected. If it's something that can be corrected, it's our job to do that. And so, a first-time head coach, I prepared for this moment since I got into this profession. I just needed somebody to believe in me. And President Freeman and Sean Frazier, they believed in me and gave me an opportunity. A lot of people say, who are they hiring? And hopefully I proved them right, because let's get something straight, right? There's 10 championship games, right? And so I think there's only one coach of diversity that played in this championship this weekend, and that's not lost on me in this profession. Hopefully other guys can get opportunities to lead a program and move this profession forward and have good representation.
Jay, when the defense comes away with turnovers like that, how much does that spark you guys on offense? Especially, in terms of a complementary football type thing that Coach preaches all the time.
It definitely sparks a lot, especially when CJ got the pick. I know. I'm like, shoot, defense can score too. And then just like, even with the other pick, it just gets a lot of pressure off us, I'd say.
Brandon Suarez on tap sports. Rocky, this one's for you. You had the 2 rushing touchdowns late in the game, but it was like walking touchdowns. What would you say opened up, blocking wise or scheme wise, for you on those 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were just running the ball so well, and we were in very heavy personnel, running it downhill, and you know they got to put guys in there to stop it, and they didn't honor me on the edge, and it was just really as simple as that. You know, they had to put extra guys in and stop downhill, climb running downhill, and I just ran around the edge.
He learned a lesson early in the game. He had a play, he should have pulled it, and he looked at me and said, "That's on me," and he made the correction.
Yeah, he's right. I messed up big time.
We'll take 2 more questions here. We'll go right here.
I have one for Jay. You know, last year you had the injury that kept you off the field. You come in and you're starting to make a little noise, I know, earlier in training camp, but you're playing behind Harrison. You come in, you pass 1,000 yards rushing today in a really good performance. What has this year just meant to you, looking back on last year and the injury, taking away that opportunity to play?
Definitely just adversity. Harry's a really good running back, so you can't really say much about him. I knew my role coming in, and I was just waiting for my opportunity.
Take our final question here in the front.
Cole Pastor, Coach, I mean, you have these conversations with Rocky about joining this team and being a leader. Is this everything you envision when you have this conversation with him?
It is, and hopefully he's got as much from it as I have, because he's right. You know, sometime in the recruiting process, people tell you, you know, certain things, and they don't stick to their word. Hopefully, he can leave our program saying everything that I told him was the truth, and we treated him that way. And he's come in and been a phenomenal leader, phenomenal man, tremendous worker, and you know, we won this championship because he had a big part of it.
Excellent. Thank you, coaches. Thank you, student athletes. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy.
Good job, guys.